What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Julian Sisman here again from Prepare for Performance. So today I'm going to talk about how I progress the single leg RDL from a very stable position to a very unstable position, but also providing you with some variations on single leg work as well. So today, the first thing I like to start with is very stable, meaning like you can still get a hamstring glute work from the single leg RDL, which is what you're expected, but also for somebody that is new or needs to really work on form and technique, this allows them to really put their mind and body into what they're doing, and so they have full control, versus when you do a single leg RDL and you're like externally rotating too much and you start, or you're bending at the waist and you start to feel in your lower back. For this, I take a slider, keep it real simple. And again, with the single leg RDL, you want to keep a lot of your weight in the, most of your weight on that front foot, so you get more hamstring and glute. So for this specific starting position, you're going to position your whole body, most of your body weight on that front foot, and you're going to start to move from your hip and push your hip back towards the wall or whatever's behind you, door. And I'm telling you, like right around this position, you're going to feel your hamstring and glute, and then you drive up. Again, this slider that is back here behind me allows me to stay more stable and also put more weight on my front foot, and then I can drive up. Again, I like to do this with people as a starting point. This allows them to understand how to hip hinge properly unilaterally, versus when you hip hinge bilaterally, you can it's a little bit easier to do it. When you're doing the single leg RDL and you're not having to like turn and then you're not turning out, you can keep this good body position as you drive back towards the wall and then drive up as you accelerate out. This is a good, I use this a lot with older population that is new to strength training or resistance training, or just has bad form and technique, and we need to basically reteach them how to do it. Also, for young kids that don't know how to do it, a lot of people do a lot of the put a foam roller out. You can also do it this way. You know, put your hand out here and see how far it's going to reach. Reach forward. Okay. Again, when you're doing the single leg RDL, you got to make sure that you put a lot of your weight on that front foot, on the big toe, pinky, and heel, so that you're getting all your weight and pushing back up. A lot of people will not put a lot of attention on that big toe and are on the outside of the foot a lot, and that's why they go out, they turn their hips out. So when you put a lot of pressure on those 3 points, so big toe, pinky, and heel, you're going to use a lot of adductors, hip, hamstring, and then you're going to be able to come back up. So that's starting. Again, this second one here could be something, again, unweighted, really focusing on reaching and then coming back up. So once you get good work, I mean, you can progress it basically from this single leg RDL, add some weight with 2 feet down, both goblet, right? Then you can progress it to the bodyweight version with foam roller. Again, even though you might be strong, you still got to make sure you get good form now that you have no foot on ground. Okay? Then you take same side, so ipsilateral, reach. Then you're going to take 2 dumbbells. Okay, nice and controlled, pushing through the hip, really trying to keep this toe down, not turning out, toe down, and then drive back up. So again, that's the use for when you have a dumbbell and body weight. So 2 dumbbells, body weight, goblet, two dumbbells on each hand, 1 dumbbell. Okay, ipsilaterally keeps it more stable again because the weight is on the same side that you're working, so it's not going to make it too hard. When you have a contralaterally, it makes it a little bit harder when you have a dumbbell here and nothing on this hand, because you're really working on balance because the weight is kind of trying to pull you down. So you got to really focus on being nice and controlled and then coming back up. Okay, as I mentioned in the earlier part of this video, now that I've showed you how I progress from 2 legs down with the slider to single leg with foam roller to single leg with dumbbell in same side, dumbbell in contralateral side, then dumbbell in 2 hands. Now, that's how I progress people to like more advanced variations of the single leg RDL. So this next variation is you're going to use a barbell. You're going to have a landmine position. You're working the outside leg here. So similar, as I said before, when you are doing the dumbbell version or single leg version, body weight, you're going to make sure you want to have point of contact on big toe, pinky, and heel. And you're going to try to stay a little bit closer so the bar is sliding straight down your thigh and then driving back up. Straight down your thigh, drive back up. So kind of get it from the back. Okay? You can also do it this way where you're facing and the weight is more here. Okay, so those are the 2 landmine variations. Then you're going to have barbell variations where you're holding it like so. You're going to let this barbell basically slide down your thigh. Again, I would start off with just no weight. Keep it nice and controlled. Keep your head looking down at the floor. Drive through your hip. Come back up. Again, I always mention that you should start your movement at your hip, and then your knee is going to follow and bend a little bit as you go back, reaching with this back foot and then driving through the floor and coming back up. So you'll do like single leg, like one side at a time. Then you can go single leg where you go alternating as you come down. Okay, so that would be the variations that you can use for using a barbell. The next variations of trap bar for RDL can be used with the trap bar, where you'll use an open trap bar like so. You put the weights on the side. To be honest with you, you don't probably need weight to start with. You're going to get inside this. You can put the weight in the front and the back. Again, still similar, keeping it nice. Try to keep it nice and close. Keep your hands right by your side, going straight down. Again, bend that knee. Okay, the other version is where you keep it in the back. Makes it a little bit harder because the weight is in a different position. And it's also a little bit harder because this back leg has to be kind of tucked. Again, you want to be slow, controlled, not going too fast. Really trying to feel it in the hamstring and the glutes. Again, these are just the many of, you can probably find these on YouTube and everything, but this is how I progress. Let me recap how I do it. So I start off with a slider. Put one foot down, slider on the other one. Again, these are for individuals that have never even done it, or you do an assessment and you're like, okay, this guy needs a lot of work on hip hinging with a single leg. This individual needs work with just understanding how to hinge, keeping the weight on that front foot, 3 points of contact, okay? Then after you progress that over a few weeks with weight, you go to body weight with foam roller and you reach. After you do that, you're gonna have body weight, then one dumbbell, same side, one dumbbell, opposite side, 2 dumbbells in both hands. Then you can start adding other variations of landmine, barbell, trap bar, open trap bar, and the variations can go on and on and on, right? You can do walking, standing in place, things like that. So I hope this helps. If you have comments, concerns, want me to elaborate on more things, comment below. I'll be happy to help. See you on my next video. Peace.